I've been in this place for 15 months. I've been dreaming of opening my own gym since I was 16, and 10 years later is finally the day that that's actually happening, and this gym is actually becoming a real thing. So just in Bristol, bringing home a couple of additional bars that have got a bit of sentimental value, a bit of character, bars that have actually been on the platform at the British Championships where I've lifted, where I've actually broke world records. So it's quite cool to be able to bring these bars back to TDM Gym because they've got some sentimental value. We've also, just while we're here, picked up a big axle bar and a bow bar, which don't have any sentimental value or really any value at all. But it's just another bar, another option for lifters that maybe like to train on those bars. So you've got a couple of bars for utility, a couple of bars for sentimental meaning. We already have enough deadlift bars, but the AOA V1, the very first one that All Out Athletics made, it's quite a cool addition. A bastard power bar, unnecessary really, but cool because of what it did for me and what I've done on these bars in competition. Back at TDM Gym with, oh my god, a bar made of, feels like it's made of metal.
What else is it going to be made?
Yes, Mr. Tim, that's the joke. Really looks like a bush shelter now, but you know what? It is starting to come together, and the end wall has now been chopped as well, so it now actually looks like it makes sense. So our random bar collection from around the UK is coming together nicely now. 2 Texas deadlift bars, bastard squat bar, don't know where the rest of it is. I just like that the bars have a bit of character. I think it actually matters, and they've got a bit of a story, which I know it's weird, but my theory with this entire gym is that anyone can buy new stuff, and yes, like Prime, Atlantis, new strength shot bars are great, but they just don't have the same character as ones that have been through the wars, got a story to tell, got a bit of history on them prior to this gym. So this is the power bar, the bastard power bar. God, strength shot make you swear a lot, don't they? Everything's bastard this, bastard that. So this was a 2019 British Finals barbell, one that was in the warm-up room, I believe. It may well have been used as the bench bar as well. I need to confirm, that's what's in my head, but I don't want to say that in case it's not true. It was definitely in the warm-up room, could potentially be. Also on the platform for bench press. Up next is the hand shredder, the AOA deadlift bar. This is actually peak. This will shred your hands. Quite a nice bar, probably medium in terms of whippiness. So as I mentioned, this would probably be medium in terms of the whippiness of the bar. But what we're gonna do on here, on this wall, I'll overlay on the screen right now, is actually include a roster of the bars that are in this gym and a bit of a profile about them, where they came from, flexibility, size, length, all that sort of stuff that you might want as well. But we'll actually sort of advise you which ones are which. So if you want the whippiest bar, use the Sportcraft or the Texas, and give you a bit of an insight into what each deadlift bar has property-wise that might change the way you use it. Some more barbells here. We have 2 Rogue Ohio bars in here. Bastard power bars, we already have one of those. This was another new one. Bastard deadlift bar. And then from Sportcraft, I ordered 6 bars. I'll put them on the screen instead of telling you. We ordered 6 amazing bars from Sportcraft coming all the way over from Finland, about 2 hours north of Helsinki. Sportcraft make these amazing, super heavy duty, super cool bars. And Callie has sent us over 6 different variants, which will be here in the next couple of days. I don't quite know what I found, but I found something. Black DL bar. Strength Shop 2029 power bar. Huh. These just power bars. There's a lot of them. Might be just power bars. Bar holders. Loads more calibrated plates. 2 pallets of calibrated plates. We've already got 2 pallets. We've got 4 pallets of calibrated plates. Texas power bar. We've basically got every barbell you could possibly desire, except Alico, because they're so expensive for no reason. Okay, so we've got a bit of colour going on. Damn. American woman, stay away from me. So we just got in and finished up with the painters. As you will have seen, the paint is now up on the wall, which is so cool, because I've been attending this place for like, I don't know, 15 months and staring at these same white cladded walls every single day and just like, that sounds a bit silly, but like just dreaming about what it will become, and it's becoming it. So that's really cool. The green for me is a little bit childish. It comes across like the kind of thing you'd find in like an infant school, but obviously that's the first coat, wet. Now the second coat will obviously darken it, as will it drying. So I'm starting to get a bit more of a feel for it up the top there, and even from the little sample thing that I had of where they've sprayed, it perfectly matches against the equipment. So as much as from like a far distance it looks a little vibrant, actually I think it's pretty bang on. So yeah, I'm excited to see it all starting to come together now. There's a few difficult decisions about what we do in regards to certain areas, i.e. like over this back wall where we're running the vinyl print, where exactly does the paint end, where does the vinyl start, all of these kind of things that are obviously more challenging than just that wall's black, that wall's green. Which takes a bit of thought, but look, it's an exciting process. And similarly, I was working on a lot of this stuff today. So this is a booklet for basically ordering things that have a longer lead time, that need to be ordered now in time to be installed for open. So external signage, flags, that kind of thing. Out the front, I want to run a couple of flags. I want to run the British flag and I want to run a TDM Gym flag either side of the door. So we've just agreed on those. I want them to be like Bond Street. Like I'll put an image on the screen where essentially you've got them weighted at the bottom, so that they sit perfectly parallel to the floor, and I think that will look awesome. So I'm excited to get those in and see how they look, and I think those little details make a big difference. Vinyl on the wall, on the glass, to indicate that it's the staff entrance, signage for the street, so that it's easy to find for those that are attending, because I do think we're going to get lots of members that will treat this gym as like a destination gym, the kind of place they attend once a month, the kind of place they go on a day pass, on a day trip to on the weekend. So they're not going to know necessarily where the gym is in the same way that if all of your members are actual members, or if all of your guests are members. If they're coming for the first time, they need to have an easy time finding it. The sign. So the idea with the sign is that this is that wall there. Now obviously it's a big ass wall and it's going to be a big ass sign, but I think it's really the sort of statement of the gym. I designed this gym with every single piece facing that sign for a reason. Now I got the idea from Alpha Land, because when I was training in gym number 2 at Alpha Land, I felt like I was always staring at the Alpha Elite sign, picture on the screen of the Alpha Elite sign. It just looks sick. And I always remember training there thinking, this is super cool. And commercially, it's a great decision because I was staring at the gym sign. So I think it's a really good idea to have a big sign. We're gonna put a lot of effort into making sure that it's actually a really, really cool sign as well. Nothing cheap, nothing tacky, doing a proper job. And then the next thing that we're ordering is the front desk. So with the front desk wall being black, it makes sense to have the green concrete desk because it will tie in really nicely. Now, I think that it could come across very tacky if we get this wrong. So I've spent quite a bit of time sampling the different concrete so that it finishes really, really nicely, and it gives 5-star hotel luxury reception rather than Birmingham Shisha Lounge. So I think in that sense we've kind of got it right now, and I think it will look really, really cool. And then the last thing was just finalizing the canvases. So these are the canvases that will each go around the gym. I want to make sure that above every body part you've got a canvas that's relevant to that section. So we've got, I'll come closer so you can see, Paul Di Maio and Tom Platz above calves and legs. We've got, for example, where you've got a little bit of arm kit and push kit, we've got Lee Priest, you've got Sebum, you've got Arnold above chest. Just seems to make sense to me to have the relevance of what that person is known for above the section that they are placed in within the gym. Similarly, we've got here the Elite FTS monolift and west side with the board above where we've got the west side style kit, the monolift and our board. So it just all ties in really nicely. And I think they're the little details that are going to make a big difference. And you know, seeing it all come together when I'm in there and the paint's going on the walls themselves are coming up, it's really a point of reflection for me, and it's so real to actually see it coming to life, because I've been in this place for 15 months. I've been dreaming of opening my own gym since I was 16, and 10 years later is finally the day that that's actually happening, and this gym is actually becoming a real thing. So much so that last night I put out on the TDM Gym Instagram, which is linked in the description by the way, the first post about registering interest. People can actually start to express interest in this gym now. It's been something that I've just somewhat alluded to on social media, but without any real clarity. Now it's a real thing. You can express your interest on Instagram, on the link in the description. You can go and express your interest in joining this gym. Yes, we're invite only, yes, we're application only, but we are still willing to accept the Gen Pop on the basis that you suit the gym. Now, most people ask me what they need to apply or what they need for us to accept them, and they're telling me how many followers they've got or how big their biceps are. None of these things actually matter. We're not interested in necessarily how successful you are in bodybuilding or powerlifting or how many followers you have. Those things help your application, of course, but they aren't really what we're looking for. The reason that it's application only is just to protect the energy of the club. We don't want bad energy on the gym floor. We don't want the wrong kind of people in the gym. Everyone in there has to, and I know it sounds like this in every gym, but we mean it, show respect for one another, show respect for the gym, take training seriously as well, like not just come to the gym for a social. I'm all about the social environment. We're going to make this place incredible for socializing, but on the basis that everybody still turns up for a serious session. The one thing that we have in common is that we come here, take our training seriously, and we take the environment that we train in seriously, and we all have that pride in where we train. That's what we're kind of looking to bring together, and in doing so, bringing all of the best parts of old school bodybuilding back with all of the modern technology that makes modern bodybuilding what it is, and combining that into one united facility. If you fit that culture and that kind of thing as a place where you belong, you'll be accepted. If you bring bad energy, your ego exceeds your ability, you won't be accepted. And it's just really making sure that that balance suits the gym. Let us know if you're interested, guys. There is a link in the description. Share your interest. We will then have that conversation with you. You send your application, and unless there's anything untoward, hopefully be accepted to join the gym. And we look forward to welcoming you guys. And even if you aren't necessarily able to join or your application isn't successful, you can still come and train on a day pass. There will also be day passes available. Damn. Hey, stop being gay, John. One day later, and here we are. Second coat is on, and it now looks, and it's dry, so this is the colour, and it now looks banging. It one-to-one matches the equipment, so that's a big tick. I think it looks pretty clean. This is the driest part, and this for me is just that little bit darker than that, which is giving me the confidence that this is where we need to be. I'm very content with this. I also think that a lot of the light that's in here at the moment won't always be here because it's an incredibly nice day today. Hello, Mrs. Mike.
Oh, hello, Mike. Do you need food for when you get back?
Please. Okay, I'll be back for 1 o'clock because I've got a gym meet.
I know. Okay, bye.
Thanks,
What
mate.
about AJ? What's going on with him?
Can you let him know that I'll be there for 1? Well, double booked at the office. Another day on the road. That's what we love, what we're here for. So, where was I? Green, happy with it. Good update. Actually, we've also had a little bit of an update in the black. They're now pulled in that little bit more on that wall at the top. So we're almost at the stage where the green will go down the center and we'll have the sign going up. Obviously the sign won't go up yet because it's got quite a long lead time, but the place where the sign will go will be up. We've also tied in the black here because this is going to be an extension of mirrors. So powerlifting is behind where you are. Riot cages are here. We will pull mirrors in because for me at the side, you want to be able to, not everyone will, but some people will want to be able to see the side of their squat. So we're going to run mirrors here, which is white will sit on black, and then 100 out from where the door is will run the green, and then the green will run the rest of this wall with the vinyl on it with the every piece has a story artwork. Those of you that haven't seen our newest edition of kit, intra workout, deep fat fryer. Just trying to make sure that everyone's got the chance to really optimize, you know, pre, intra and post workout food. A lot of people are caught up in the old days, supplements, healthy balanced diet, meal prep, but obviously at TDM Gym we want to bring modern bodybuilding into play. So deep fat fryers, pre, intra and post is just one of the necessaries really. We've just thrown up a bit of paint on what will be the store. If we call it the store, call it the store. So where we are here is behind reception. So through that wall is the reception, and then this is the back of like the wardrobe that you would shop in, and we'll have supplements and clothing in that, and then this is the dumbbell area. So the wall is black, so I wanted to tie it in black, but we were initially thinking about using this wall as a green contrast piece, but really all that's going to be on there is mirrors. So I think, to be honest, it needs to be black because that section of the wall is black, so when looking from over there it needs to tie in. So we've gone with black. I think it looks the part. The black is really nice. It's like a very, very soft satin. It's not a shiny paint, but it's not like a cheap matte, and I think it's a perfect middle ground really, and it ties in really nicely with all of the other paint, which we've got also like a soft satin on the machinery. Oh my god, you're back, bro. Yo, look at his back. It is sweaty in here, it is hot. We've come to Dino's gym this afternoon to come and check out some of the old kit. Come and see a local gym because Dino's, it's probably 45 minutes from TDM, but for me, Dino's is super cool. I really like it because it's got so much character, so much culture. Everywhere is just photos of iconic bodybuilders, people that have got a meaning for the gym. And Dino himself has got a story for every single one of these. And so for me as an aspiring gym owner, I look up to places like this and think, you know what, this is exactly what we're trying to replicate. A complete middle ground between this, which is old school bodybuilding, a real strong story to tell, and then new school bodybuilding, clean, efficient, state-of-the-art facilities. We want to be able to find a middle ground between the two. Old school Gym 80. Just seated mid-row. I quite like this old school Gym 80 stuff because it's not really something that you ever see. I think that's one of the things that I've been most impressed with at Dino so far, all the old school Gym 80. The old school Nautilus is cool, but you've always seen it once or twice before. But this Gym 80 stuff, I think the only place I've seen this is Dash Gym in Vienna. This Gym 80 stuff, super impressive. I wish I had a way of getting some. Soon come, we'll watch this video back in 5 years on this channel. I hope there's some cool old Gym 80 in there, at least by then. Tucked away in the corner is one of the first ever Polaris machines with what look like motorbike handles screwed on aftermarket. Well, I bet that's Cam. Oh, the bike handles are pretty cool. It's fucking nuts. The whole thing is like, it's actually,
water, bro.
Turn around, look, it's a different colour. Oh man, I feel blessed to be able to do this. Let me protect the mic though, obviously protect the mic at all costs, you know what I mean? So this is actually the first gen aluminium cam bicep curl. Super cool, we have one at TDM Gym, but not a lot of places do. Credit where it's due to Dino's gym. I've been really impressed with some of the kit in there. A little bit of the Nautilus double shoulder. Could it be my favourite in here? That or the Polaris red row is my favourite in here today, no question. Damn, that is unbelievable. Good session at Dino's. Cam's just nearly killed us on the way back. In the Evo, that was his first time driving it. We literally had to make him drive it just so that he experiences how good that car is, because I don't know how long we'll keep it. However, we're back at TDM Gym tonight for an update because just literally since this afternoon when we were here, quite a bit still happened. So firstly, the wall is complete. We've also had a massive delivery. These are a ton each, well the full ones are. They are a ton each, and this is like tile for the bathrooms and a little bit for the floor here, I do believe, in the reception. These are a ton each and we've got 8 of them. 8 pallets dotted around the gaff. 8 tons of tiles arrived this afternoon. So today we had all of the green go up on here, the black extended down the bottom as well. I think that was actually here this morning. So this afternoon they've done this, and then if we turn around, this is the big bit. The wall at the back is done. Wow, that looks so fucking cool. It's amazing because I feel like I can see it coming together. What we're looking to do is alternate in the bays. So as you can somewhat sort of already see, we've got the green, the black, and then that bay at the end will be green. The middle one will be black, and the one over there, if you can see straight down, that's already going green, that will obviously extend to green again. So they will alternate all the way around. And then the only ones that haven't yet been painted are the ones that aren't being painted at all because we've got the vinyl wrap going on. So as you guys will have seen in the last episode, we've got some pretty cool designs going onto these walls. So this one is the Every Piece Has a Story wall on the screen right now. And then over the back there, behind the monolith, we've got our board, Westside Barbell board, essentially, as per what is on the screen right now. Super cool to kind of get the chance to actually visualize this in its full capacity. I think that looks absolutely insane. I am so gassed to see the sign go onto there. So in here we've got a couple of updates. This is where the showers are actually going to go. It's nice to be able to talk to you guys in here without like that's what's going on every time I'm like trying to talk to you guys. It's just But in here, the idea is to create an all-in-one. Now this is actually quite big, right? So you've got essentially like a walk-in. So obviously the door will open inwards and then I can shut the door behind me. And then this is like the changing area. So we'll have racking, I'll have a bench, I'll have a place to put my stuff. And then on the back of the door, maybe a mirror so I can see myself. And then I naturally get into the shower and it's kind of got one of those. So like I would get in here, I'm now in the shower and it's like glass fronted, so you kind of walk into the shower and then it's an overhead rain shower. So to be honest, for gym showers, it will actually be pretty cool. It'd be really nice. And then sneak peek as to the tiles. We've gone for a green tile. Now this was a bold choice because green tiles can look well, incredible or horrible. Now, we initially were running with a very smooth tile, and that was what we were going to lay down in the reception, then extend into here. But Camby and Cam wanted to get creative and bring another tile into play, so he's gone for this. Now, it's hard to have an opinion on the tile when you see it here, but this, in theory, will be what's on the floor, wrapping up the walls, and then also on the floor in reception. So it's interesting to think about what that might look like. And we were literally just about to leave, but then I saw a bit of light coming from the posing room. It turns out the light is here for good reason, because we have the first look at our full stage in here, which is so cool. The idea with this is you can use the staircase to get onto a full stage. What I want to do on here, I want to have an X in the middle. I want to have a line for comparisons. I want to have an angle marker for call outs to essentially emulate being on stage. And then down here, we're going to have judge seating so that you can, and tripod stations. So you can actually emulate what it would be like on show day, and you can angle your posing towards the posing coach, towards the tripod, towards the judge, and the posing coach or the tripod can see you through the lens of the judge as well. Obviously, it's a fully functional posing room up there anyway, so you can just ignore the whole judge seating bit, and you can actually have mirrors either side, angled mirrors and the such, so it'll be fully functional as an individual posing room if you're not asked about practicing posing on an angle, which most of you, well, probably 50-50. But this is cool because the next time we see this, it's going to look very different. Literally 24 hours later, we're back in the posing room, and now we've got our floor. We are really going to try and emulate a true posing room, even to the standards of squeaking. There will be a little bit of squeaking to really give a true reflection of what you'll deal with and the kind of sounds you're going to have to listen to when you're practicing your routine. It's not going to be silence like when you've got Hans Zimmer on in your bedroom, butt naked, buddy. You're going to have a stage squeaking, and you're going to have shit going on around you, and that's what we're going to emulate here. So that's the posing room. We've also had to call update today in our changing rooms. And in here, voila, the tiles. Now, I need to give Cam a private message because I was not sure on the tiles when I looked at them. I think they look sick now. I actually do. So I was wrong to doubt him. I think they look absolutely awesome. He smashed it, and they've also continued in here. So this will be what a shower looks like. I'm not going to stand on this, but it's going to be a slightly raised platform so that the plumbing can run underneath. The glass will run along, and then I can step into the shower there, as I kind of mentioned, get changed here, blah de blah de blah. And that wraps up another video, another day checking in on our amazing build, trying to really open the best gym in the UK. See you guys in the next one.